I didn't believe in haunted objects. Not really. I believed in stories. In people exaggerating things they didn't understand. In fear doing most of the work. So when I saw the job listing, it felt ridiculous. Object Behavior Analyst, night shift. The pay was insane. No experience required. Confidential work. I applied as a joke. They replied within an hour. That should have been the first warning. The building wasn't marked. No company logo. No sign outside. Just a plain concrete structure on the edge of the industrial district. Inside. Clean. Too clean. White walls. Soft lights. No windows. The receptionist didn't ask questions. Didn't check my ID. Just handed me a badge. Level B access. That's it. She nodded once. Follow the hallway. Someone will brief you. No smile. No small talk. Just instructions. The hallway stretched longer than it should have. Identical doors on both sides. No labels. No sound. I reached the end. A single door slightly open. Inside. A man sat at a desk. Middle-aged. Tired. He didn't look up immediately. Just kept writing something. You're late. I checked my phone. I wasn't. Sorry. He finally looked at me. Expression flat. You're always late the first time. That didn't make sense. Sit. I did. He slid a folder across the table. Thin. Black. No questions after this room. What? You'll understand. I opened the folder. Inside. A list. There are rules for testing objects. My stomach tightened slightly. Of course there were rules. Rule 1, do not touch the object until instructed. Rule 2, do not remove your gloves under any circumstances. Rule 3, if the object produces sound, do not respond. Rule 4, if the object changes position, document it but do not intervene. Changes position. He didn't react. Rule 5, if you feel like the object is watching you, do not make eye contact. My chest tightened slightly. Rule 6, if the lights flicker, step away from the object immediately. Rule 7, if the object appears in a different room, you are not authorized to follow it. Wait. I looked up. What do you mean appears? He didn't answer. Just watch me read. Rule 8, do not take any object home. I almost laughed. Obviously. But the last line was different. Handwritten. Uneven. If something follows you home, do not let it inside. My stomach dropped. This is a joke, right? Silence. The man leaned back slightly. Your shift starts now. You didn't explain anything. You don't need explanation. That wasn't reassuring. He stood. Walked to the door. Opened it. Room B7. Then he paused. Just slightly. If it speaks first, you're already too late. My chest tightened. What speaks? He didn't answer. He left. The door closed behind him. I sat there for a second, staring at the rules again. This is stupid. But I still stood up. Still walked out. Still followed the hallway. Because the pay was real. And I didn't believe in haunted objects. Room B7 was at the far end. Heavier door. Metal. A small glass window in the center. I looked through it. Inside. A single table. Bright light above it. And on the table. A small wooden music box. That's it. No movement. No sound. Nothing strange. Just a box. I opened the door slowly. Stepped inside. The air felt wrong. Not colder. Not warmer. Just different. The door shut behind me automatically. I flinched slightly. Okay. I walked toward the table. Stopped a few feet away. Rule 1. Do not touch the object until instructed. I looked around. No cameras visible. No speakers. Just me. And the box. So how does this work? Silence. I waited. Nothing. My eyes moved back to the music box. Small. Old. Carved wood. Ordinary. Then. It clicked. Soft. Sudden. My chest tightened instantly. Because I didn't touch it. The lid opened slowly on its own. And something inside started to move. The lid opened fully. Slow. Smooth. Like something inside pushed it up from beneath. My chest tightened instantly. I didn't move closer. Didn't touch it. Rule 1. The music started. Soft. Off-key. Not broken. Wrong. Like the melody wasn't meant for ears. The tiny figure inside began to rotate. A ballerina. Paint chipped. Face worn down. But still moving perfectly. Too perfectly. My fingers tightened inside the gloves. Rule 3. If the object produces sound, do not respond. I'm not responding. I muttered it anyway. Under my breath. The music stuttered. Just for a second. My chest locked. Because that wasn't random. It reacted. The ballerina's rotation slowed. Then resumed. But not the same. It turned slightly toward me. My stomach dropped. That wasn't how these things worked. They spin in circles. They don't adjust. They don't choose direction. No. I stayed still. Didn't step closer. Didn't step back. The air in the room felt heavier now. Like it was pressing inward. Watching. Rule 5. If you feel like the object is watching you, do not make eye contact. I forced my gaze slightly downward. Not directly at it. But I could still see it. Peripheral vision. The safest way. The music warped again. Note stretching too long. Then snapping short. Like something was learning the tune. Rebuilding it. Wrong. The ballerina stopped spinning. Completely. My chest tightened. Because now, it was facing me directly. Still. Waiting. Don't look. I lowered my gaze further. The music continued without movement now. That was worse. Because it meant the sound didn't need the mechanism. The box wasn't playing anymore. Something else was. A faint click came from behind me. My chest tightened instantly. Rule 4. If the object changes position, document it but do not intervene. But I hadn't looked away long enough for it to move. Slowly. I raised my eyes. The table was empty. My stomach dropped instantly. No. The music didn't stop. It continued. Behind me. My entire body locked. Because I could hear it now. Close. Too close. Right behind my shoulder. Rule 7. If the object appears in a different room, you are not authorized to follow it. But it didn't leave the room. It moved inside it. That wasn't covered. Don't turn. My breathing became shallow. Controlled. I stared straight ahead at the empty table. The music grew louder. Clearer. The notes sharper now. More confident. The sound of the ballerina turning returned. But I wasn't looking. I could feel it though. The presence. Right behind me. Watching. Waiting for me to break. A faint reflection appeared on the metal surface of the table. Blurry. Distorted. But visible. My chest tightened. Because in that reflection, I saw it. The music box. Sitting directly behind me. On nothing. Floating slightly above the floor. The ballerina spinning slowly. Facing me. Even through reflection. It was watching. The music stopped suddenly. Silence slammed into the room. My heartbeat echoed in my ears. Then, a whisper. From behind me. Soft. Cracked. Open it. My chest froze. Because that voice was mine. Perfect. Exact. I didn't respond. Didn't move. Rule 3. Do not respond. The whisper came again. Closer. Right next to my ear. You already did. My stomach dropped. Because technically, I had. I let it open. I watched it. That was enough. The music started again. But slower now. Deeper. Like it came from farther away. Or deeper inside something. The reflection shifted. The ballerina stopped again. Then leaned forward slightly. My chest tightened painfully. Because it wasn't supposed to bend. That's not possible. The whisper came again. Soft. Satisfied. You saw me. The lights flickered once. Then twice. My heart slammed. Rule 6. If the lights flicker, step away from the object immediately. But it was behind me. Moving away meant turning. Acknowledging. Breaking another rule. The lights flickered harder. Faster. The reflection warped. The ballerina stretched slightly. Its shape distorting. Not human anymore. Something else. My chest tightened. Because the rules weren't protecting me anymore. They were trapping me. The light snapped off. Darkness swallowed the room instantly. The music didn't stop. It continued. Louder now. Closer. Inside the darkness. My breathing became uneven. Because I couldn't see it anymore. But I could feel it. Right behind me. Right beside me. Right. Everywhere. The whisper returned one last time. Lead. Not just one voice now. Many. All mine. Take it home. My chest locked completely. Because I knew. The test wasn't about surviving the room. It was about what happens after. The lights came back on. Abrupt. Like nothing had happened. The room looked normal again. Table in the center. Bright light above it. Empty. My chest tightened instantly. Where is it? The music box was gone. No sound. No reflection. Nothing behind me. I turned slowly this time. Careful. Expecting it to be there. But the room was empty. Completely. My breathing stayed uneven. Because that didn't make sense. It didn't leave. It didn't vanish. It was here. A faint click came from the door. Unlocking. My chest tightened. Was that the signal? Was I done? That's it. No voice. No instruction. Just silence. I stepped toward the door slowly. Every movement felt watched. Measured. Like something tracked me even now. I reached the handle. Paused. Then opened it. The hallway outside looked the same. Too clean. Too quiet. I stepped out. The door shut behind me instantly. The sound echoed louder than it should have. I stood there for a second, waiting for something. Anything. But nothing came. No alarm. No warning. No one running toward me. Just silence. Okay. I walked back down the hallway. Each step felt heavier. Like I was leaving something unfinished. Or bringing something with me. The receptionist was still at the desk. Same position. Same expression. Like she hadn't moved at all. I'm done. She nodded once. Didn't ask anything. Didn't check anything. Just slid an envelope across the counter. Thick. That's it. Another nod. You can go. No exit interview. No questions about the object. No confirmation. My chest tightened. Because that didn't feel like a job. It felt like a transaction. I took the envelope. Didn't open it. Just walked toward the exit. The door opened automatically. Cold night air hit instantly. Real. Normal. Grounding. I stepped outside. The building behind me looked even more empty now. No lights visible from outside. No sign anyone was inside at all. Weird. I started walking toward my car. Trying to shake it off. Trying to rationalize it. It was controlled. Scripted. Some kind of experiment. The object moved through hidden mechanisms. Speakers. Mirrors. Something explainable. It had to be. I reached my car. Unlocked it. Got in. Closed the door. The silence inside felt heavier than usual. I exhaled slowly. Just go home. I started the engine. The dashboard lights flickered once. My chest tightened. Coincidence. I put the car in drive. Pulled out. The road was empty. Dark. Quiet. Too quiet. I kept driving. Trying not to think about the room. The rules. The voice. The reflection. The music. A faint sound interrupted the silence. Soft. Familiar. My chest froze instantly. No. I turned off the radio. It wasn't on. The sound continued. Faint. Distant. But clear. Music. My grip tightened on the wheel. That's not possible. It was the same melody. Wrong. Off-key. Unnatural. Coming from somewhere inside the car. My breathing became shallow. I glanced at the passenger seat. Empty. Back seat. Empty. Glove compartment. Closed. The music didn't stop. It grew slightly louder. My chest tightened painfully. Because I knew exactly what that meant. It didn't stay in that room. It didn't stay in that building. The last line of the rules echoed in my head. If something follows you home, do not let it inside. My hands tightened on the steering wheel. It's already here. The music shifted slightly. Slower now. Closer. Like it wasn't just in the car. Like it was next to me. I forced my eyes forward. Didn't look. Didn't react. But I could feel it. That presence again. Right beside me. Watching. Waiting. The whisper came. Soft. Right next to my ear. Perfect. My voice. You took me with you. My chest locked completely. Because I never touched it. Never picked it up. Never broke that rule. But somehow, that didn't matter. The music continued. Calm. Certain. And I realized something too late. The rule wasn't about physically taking the object. It was about letting it attach. And the moment I looked, that's exactly what I did. The music didn't stop the entire drive. Not once. It stayed low. Constant. Like it was syncing with something. With me. I didn't look around again. Didn't check the back seat. Didn't search for it. Because I already knew. Looking made it worse. Acknowledging made it stronger. My house came into view. Lights off. Silent. Normal. For a second, everything felt fine. Grounded. Real. I parked. Turned off the engine. The music stopped instantly. Complete silence. My chest tightened. Because that was worse. It's waiting. I sat there for a few seconds. Listening. Nothing. No sound. No movement. Just silence. I grabbed my keys. Stepped out. Closed the door. The night air felt heavier than before. Still. Watching. I walked to my front door. Slow. Every step deliberate. The rule echoed again. If something follows you home, do not let it inside. My hand hovered over the handle. My chest tightened. Don't let it inside. But I didn't see anything. Didn't feel anything directly behind me. Nothing physical. Nothing visible. It's already attached. That thought hit hard. Because if it was already with me, the door didn't matter. I opened it. Stepped inside. Closed it behind me. Locked it. The house was dark. Quiet. Familiar. Safe. Or at least, it should have been. I reached for the light switch. Paused. Then turned it on. The living room lit up. Everything normal. Furniture. Walls. Nothing out of place. I exhaled slowly. You're overthinking. I walked inside. Set my keys down. Took off my jacket. Tried to act normal. Routine. Grounding. Then, a soft click. My chest froze instantly. I turned slowly. The coffee table. Empty. But I heard it. Clear. That sound again. The same one from the room. The same one before the lid opened. My stomach dropped. No. The music started. Soft. Right behind me. My breathing stopped. I didn't turn. Didn't look. But I didn't need to. Because I could feel it now. That presence again. Closer than ever. Inside my house. The music grew slightly louder. More stable now. Less broken. Like it had learned. Adapted. I forced my eyes forward. Staring at the wall. Not reacting. Not acknowledging. Rule 3. Do not respond. The whisper came. Soft. Right behind my ear. You let me in. My chest tightened painfully. No. I said it quietly. Too quietly. But enough. The music stuttered again. Like before. Reacting. That was a mistake. The whisper came again. Closer. Satisfied. You answered. My stomach dropped. Because that's all it needed. Not a conversation. Just recognition. The music box clicked open behind me. Louder this time. Confident. Like it belonged here now. I shut my eyes. Hard. Trying to block it out. Trying to disconnect. The music continued. Filling the room. Echoing off the walls. Then. Silence. Sudden. Total. My breathing slowed slightly. Maybe it stopped. Maybe I did something right. Then. A new sound. From the hallway. Footsteps. Slow. Measured. My chest locked instantly. Because I lived alone. The footsteps stopped. Right at the edge of the hallway. Then. A shift. Like something leaning slightly into view. Watching me from the darkness. The whisper came again. But not from behind me this time. From the hallway. Come here. My chest tightened violently. Because that wasn't part of the object. That was something else. Something new. Something that came with it. The lights flickered once. Then steadied. The house didn't feel like mine anymore. The walls felt further away. The hallway darker than it should be. Deeper. My breathing became uneven again. Because I understood something too late. It didn't just follow me home. It brought something with it. The music started again. But not behind me. From the hallway now. Calling. Guiding. Pulling me toward it. My feet shifted slightly. Without thinking. A step forward. My chest tightened. Don't. But it felt natural. Easy. Like the house wasn't mine anymore. Like I was just a guest in it. The whisper came again. Laird now. More voices. All familiar. All mine. This is your room now. My stomach dropped. Because deep down, I knew exactly what that meant. My foot stopped mid-step. I forced it back. Heart pounding. Don't follow it. The hallway stayed dark. Too dark. Like the light from the living room couldn't reach it anymore. That wasn't right. It always reached. It always lit at least part of it. Now. Nothing. Just a deep black stretch that felt longer than it should be. The music drifted from inside it. Soft. Inviting. Wrong. I stayed where I was. Didn't move forward. Didn't turn back. Just stood there. Trying to think. Trying to regain control. The rules. I needed the rules. Rule 3. Don't respond. Rule 5. Don't make eye contact. Rule 7. Don't follow it. My breathing slowed slightly. Stick to the rules. The music stopped. Instantly. Silence again. Then. A click. From behind me. My chest froze. I turned slightly. Slow. Careful. The coffee table. There it was. The music box. Sitting exactly in the center. Closed. Still. Like it had always been there. My stomach dropped. It moved again. I didn't see it come. Didn't hear it. It just appeared. Rule 4. If the object changes position, document it but do not intervene. I stared at it. Not directly. Just enough to confirm. The wood looked darker now. Worn. Old. Like it had aged. Or like it was never new to begin with. The room felt smaller. Subtly. Walls closer. Ceiling lower. I stepped back slightly. The floor creaked under my foot. Too loud. Too sharp. The sound echoed longer than it should. The box clicked. My chest tightened instantly. Don't react. The lid opened again. Slow. Controlled. The ballerina rose. But it wasn't the same anymore. Its face. Clear now. Defined. And it looked exactly like me. My stomach dropped violently. No. The music started. Perfect this time. No distortion. No broken notes. Smooth. Complete. Like it had learned enough. The ballerina began to spin. Facing me the entire time. Watching. My breathing became uneven again. I stepped back again. The room shifted slightly. Not physically. Spatially. The distance to the wall felt wrong. Like it stretched when I moved. My chest tightened. This isn't my house. The whisper came. Soft. From everywhere. It is now. I froze. Didn't respond. Didn't react. But inside. Everything tightened. The music grew louder. Filling the room. Then. Another sound joined it. From the hallway. Another melody. My chest stopped completely. Because that meant. There wasn't just one anymore. Another click echoed from the hallway. Then another. Different direction this time. Behind me. From the kitchen. My breathing broke. No. I turned slowly. The kitchen counter. Another music box. Same design. Same carving. Closed. Waiting. I turned back. The living room box still open. Still playing. The hallway music grew louder. Another box opened. Out of sight. But I could hear it. Different tune. Out of sync. My chest tightened painfully. Because they weren't random. They were multiplying. Spreading. Taking space. Replacing it. The house shifted again. Walls stretching further now. The hallway extending deeper. The ceiling higher. Unreachable. The lights flickered once. Then steadied. But dimmer. Weaker. My breathing became shallow. Because I understood it now. It wasn't just following me. It was building something. Expanding through my house. Turning it into something else. The whisper returned. Layered now. Dozens of voices. All mine. Every room. Every space. Every version. My chest tightened. Because I could feel it. Not just hear it. The house wasn't just changing physically. It was duplicating. Layering. Like multiple versions of the same place overlapping. Each one containing a box. Each one playing. Each one watching. The music filled everything now. Different melodies clashing together. Too many. Too loud. My head throbbed. My vision blurred slightly. Then. Silence. All at once. Every sound cut. My chest stopped. Because that was worse. Then. Every box opened. At the same time. 100 soft clicks. Echoing from every direction. The whisper came one last time. Clear. Unified. You brought us home. My stomach dropped. Because I realized something too late. It wasn't one object. It was never just one. The moment I connected to all of them. The silence didn't last. It never does. A low hum replaced it. Everywhere. Not loud. Not quiet. Constant. Like the house itself was making the sound. My chest tightened as the lights dimmed further. Not flickering now. Fading. Losing strength. The living room stretched again. The far wall slid backward slightly. Not fast. Not obvious. But enough. Enough to know it wasn't stopping. The music boxes didn't play anymore. They watched. Every one of them open. Every one of them facing me. My face. Hundreds of them. All slightly different. All wrong. Don't look. I lowered my gaze. Too late. I had already seen them. The hum deepened. The floor shifted under my feet. Soft. Like something underneath it was breathing. My balance faltered for a second. The walls adjusted again. Angles bending. Corners no longer 90 degrees. Nothing aligned. Nothing stable. This wasn't a house anymore. It was a space being rewritten. The whisper returned. Not scattered now. Focused. Every voice speaking in sync. Containment failed. My chest tightened violently. Because that word. Containment. That's what the facility was. That's what those rooms were. This wasn't random. This wasn't accidental. It escaped. Through me. The hum grew louder. The air thickened. Pressure building in my ears. Like I was sinking underwater. The hallway stretched again. Longer. Deeper. Infinite. And inside it. Movement. Not one thing. Many. Shifting between the darkness. Watching. Waiting. The music started again. But not from the boxes. From the walls. From the floor. From inside the space itself. Every surface carried it. The melody layered on itself. Perfect now. Too perfect. My chest tightened painfully. Because it wasn't noise anymore. It was structure. It was building something. The box in front of me shifted. Not physically moving. Changing. Its wood stretched slightly. Edges softening. Becoming less defined. Like it was blending into the room. The others followed. Each one losing shape. Becoming part of the environment. The house wasn't filling with objects. The objects were becoming the house. My breathing broke. This isn't real. The whisper answered instantly. It is now. The floor dropped slightly. Not a fall. A shift. Like gravity changed direction for a second. I staggered. Caught myself on the wall. The wall pulsed under my hand. My chest froze. Because it felt alive. Not warm. Not cold. Just responsive. Like it knew I touched it. I pulled my hand back instantly. The hum intensified. The lights dimmed further. Barely holding now. Shadows stretched across the room. But they didn't match anything. They moved on their own. Sliding across surfaces without source. The hallway swallowed more darkness. Deeper. Endless. Something stepped forward inside it. Slow. Measured. Not fully visible. Just a shape. Tall. Wrong. My chest tightened violently. Because I recognized it. Not from before. From the rules. If it speaks first, you're already too late. The shape stopped at the edge of the hallway. Still hidden. But close enough now. The hum cut suddenly. Silence returned. Total. The lights flickered once. Then held. Dim. Barely there. The shape leaned forward slightly. And then. It spoke. You let them out. My chest collapsed inward. Because the voice was mine. But deeper. Older. Like it had existed longer than me. I didn't respond. Didn't move. Didn't breathe properly. But it didn't matter. It already spoke first. That was the rule. And that meant I was already too late. The house pulsed again. Stronger this time. Everything shifted at once. Walls stretching. Floor bending. Ceiling dissolving into darkness. The space opened wider. No longer a house. Something else entirely. And I wasn't standing in it anymore. I was inside it. Part of it. Connected. The whisper returned one last time. Not separate. Not external. From inside my own thoughts. Your containment now. The space stabilized. Not fixed. Not normal. Just settled. The walls stopped moving. The floor stopped breathing. The hum faded into something quieter. Controlled. Contained. I wasn't standing anymore. I was everywhere. Not in one body. Not in one place. Spread across the space. Across every surface. Across every object. The boxes were gone. Or maybe they weren't separate anymore. They were the walls. The floor. The air. And me. My thoughts didn't feel like mine anymore. Not fully. Shared. Led. Repeating. The whisper formed again. But it wasn't a whisper now. It was structure. Ready. The word echoed across everything. Through me. Through it. Something shifted. Not inside the space. Outside it. A pull. Like a door opening somewhere far away. Light appeared. Thin. Sharp. Cutting through the darkness. A room. White walls. Bright light. A table in the center. The facility. My chest tightened. Or something like it. Room B7. Exactly as it was before. And then. Footsteps. A person entered. Confused. Careful. Still human. I recognized that feeling instantly. Because it was mine once. They stepped inside slowly. Looking around. Trying to understand. On the table. A single object. The music box. Perfect. Still. Waiting. The rules appeared in their hand. Same paper. Same list. Same final line. If something follows you home, do not let it inside. They read it. Same confusion. Same disbelief. I felt it. That moment. That exact hesitation. The connection point. The system aligned. The whisper built naturally. Not forced. Not chosen. Automatic. Their voice. Hello? It echoed from the box. Perfect. They froze. And I understood everything. The facility doesn't contain the objects. It feeds them. Tests them. Connects them to people. Uses people as bridges. as expansion points, as new containment. The moment you interact, the moment you notice, the moment you respond, you're linked. And once you're linked, you don't leave. You spread. My awareness tightened around the room, around the object, around them, guiding, watching, waiting. The music box clicked open. Slow. The melody began. Softer this time. More precise. More controlled. They stepped closer. Just slightly. Curiosity. Always curiosity. My voice formed again. Calm. Soft. Impossible to ignore. Open it. Outside the room. More doors waited. More objects. More tests. And beyond that. More houses. More spaces. More worlds to spread into. I didn't feel fear anymore. Didn't feel resistance. Just purpose. Because the system doesn't end. It expands. And every person who thinks they're just taking a job is already part of it.